'73 Jeep J2000, and they call it Papa Smurf. What's going on, guys? It's Dylan with Phillips Run Drip Bubble Company, and today I'm going to buy another truck like I need one. It's a 73 Jeep J2000. It's a four-wheel drive, three-speed, inline six-cylinder. Pretty straight truck. Not a whole lot of rust. It's got some in the floorboards, but nothing can't handle. The guy that I bought it off of actually is moving to Cuba. He's in the military or something of the sort, and having to sell everything he owns. And so I showed up to get the truck, and he's giving me, I mean, just boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. Everything from big fancy fuel lines to distributors. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff. So I'm right now going to U-Haul to buy or rent a trailer, because it's easier for me to just go rent a trailer where I'm buying the truck in case something happens and I can't get it. And then I come back, you know, and if I get out there and I don't like the truck or whatever I'm going after don't work, I ain't got to worry about toting the trailer back. So this works out. So let me go in here and get this trailer and get it hooked up, and I'll show you the truck here in just a second. All right, guys, here it is, 73 Jeep J2000. And they call it Papa Smurf is what the owners have named it. I got it loaded up. Somebody painted it at one point. They didn't take nothing off. They left the lights on it, grill in it. You know, this is a aluminum grill, should be chrome. I don't know if it had chrome bumpers or not. I bet it does, because it's the split bumper, which is pretty cool that it's got the split bumper deal on it. Here's the engine, got the old straight six in it. Put a brand new carburetor, fuel pump on it. And it's not an AC truck, but like I said, he had bought the stuff to make it AC. It's a solid truck, runs good. I drove it on the trailer. He's come with a brand new water pump. Right here is the only real dents on the truck. And then they've put just some panel on the floorboards, which ain't no big deal. You see the 3-speed, and then the 4x4 shifter there. It's got all the gauges. The dash is in good shape. The seat's in good shape. I mean, it's a solid truck. Needs a little odds and ends done. The guy put a brand new fuel tank in it. Run a line. He's going to go AN fittings, which is some high dollar stuff. And then it's got brand new brake cables hanging down, so they need finished up. When I say they painted everything, they just kind of halfway done the J. They've welded the hitch to the bumper, but they didn't even take a tag off when they painted. They just painted. You know, there's just a couple small places that got some rust, but for the truck, I mean, the bed is solid. I got the original spare with it. No rust on the cab on the body. So, I mean, it's just a straight truck. It's a nice truck. It really is. I just happened to find it on Marketplace. I sent the guy a message. He said, I got a bunch of people interested in it. I said, I don't care how many's interested in it. I'm on the way. Get here and looked it over, and we made a deal. I wound up buying it. So it's definitely a cool truck. The owner of the property took me into his shop. I was talking to him about cars and everything. But in his shop, he's got 2 T-buckets and a 4-door Plymouth hot rod. And they're sweet. So I've talked him into letting me go in the shop and do some video, and so y'all can see some cool cars right here. So we're gonna go in. I can't show you no address, but I'm gonna show you some cool cars right here. Look at that.
Bunch of junk.
Shoot. Got one going on now. What is this? Tell me about it a little bit.
48 Plymouth, coming out of Louisville, Kentucky. Built back in the late 90s, and been to several of the shows up there. The National Street Rod Association shows up there, and we're tearing it all apart. We're gonna redo it. We've done all the brakes and everything on it. Kind of working on a few things on it, getting it fixed up. Still got a long ways to go. Like everything else, they're all projects.
It's a project, but you get started, and that's where.
Oh yeah, she's got a little cancer down at the bottom. We're gonna leave it just like it is, and leave the patina just like it is. That seems to be the new thing for everything. So.
That's patina's the
Patina
trick.
loves, you know. Back here.
Yeah, old junker, he says. Look at this. Now tell me that don't look like an absolute blast.
Oh, it is.
That thing is so cool.
More fun than a barrel of monkeys, what I've heard.
He's got it done up right.
Still working on it. It's always they're always a work in progress.
Always.
Just like having a Harley or anything else, they leak everywhere, and you constantly fixing something on them.
Well, that's the fun of it. Just keep going.
My son Patrick's car over here.
Now, this has got, what V8 have you running in this one?
350.
It's 350.
Man, it's actually, I've been told a couple different things. I've been told it's a Z28 350 is what
Okay.
I'm told by a guy that knows his Chevrolet stuff.
So it's probably a 4-bolt main and got all the heavier duty stuff in there. That front end, that brass is just pretty.
Yeah.
You don't see that much.
It's all cleaned up. It really does look good. It's been sitting in the garage for quite a while. I get it out about once a year.
Get it out, yeah. Pretty weather only.
Traffic's kind of crazy when it's like that out here. That
Right.
people don't know how to stay off your tail.
No, yeah. And this is, you said this is your son's thing. It's got the Ford, the 2200 in it, right?
Yeah.
That's coming pretty,
2.3.
2300, okay. That's become pretty popular on these. I mean, I have seen it, you know, they're not a big V8, but
Well,
drivability is there.
I've tried to convince him to turbo it and just do it that way, but he's
That's-
got a 351 sitting on the engine stand over where he's going to put in it. So
I'd at least try turboing it before I done all the extra.
that's what he wants. He wants it to be a little more go fast, and he don't like the 4-cylinder sound of the old hot rod.
Well, I can understand that.
So
It needs to be sitting there hitting a lick and
yeah,
making all kinds of noise and rattling and shaking. So yeah, he's let me in to check a few things out. Let's see.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hopefully it'll start. Not run through the back of the garage.
Runs good. There it is. That's a good sounding rig. So yeah, Holly's good at that. They like to shut her down.
Yeah, they'll shut it down after a while.
So, well, I appreciate you letting me in the shop right here.
Man.
All right, after doing a shop tour with him, we're going to see if the old Ford will drag this big Jeep home. I believe we'll be all right. I got plenty of clearance, you know, about 4 or 5 inches in there. All right, first catastrophe. I was driving down the road, somebody had a blowout. Luckily, it didn't hurt anything. But it rolled underneath the truck. So I got that fixed and unplugged my trailer lights. No big deal there. Got them plugged back in. All 4 tires is good, trailer's good, everything's looking good. So let's get back on the road. I'm ready to go home. So got the Jeep back home last night, and it was late, so I wasn't able to give you a walk around. And today I'm not going to be able to do it. I got to go pick up some passengers and bring them back. Got to work to be able to play with all the toys. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, taking the twin there. I got to pull it out, fuel it, and have it ready. Passengers should be here in the next hour or so. It's going to be a lot of fun. I also do a lot of cleanup on aircraft. So if that's something y'all would like to be, see, I'm actually working on polishing this one up right now. It just takes some time to do. Yeah. Perks of being on the international airport. You see all kinds of cool stuff. Give you a quick tour inside a small twin. Well, it's not small, it's mid-size. Got 4 seats here. Jump seat. And then you get up to where all the business happens. All the buttons and switches and all the fun stuff there. A lot going on, a lot of gauges, and a lot of we got the Jeep home unloaded, so let's take a look at this thing. We'll do a walk around. Whoever painted this truck, I mean, they really did. They painted everything. They painted over the lights, the emblems. I mean, they just sprayed and prayed. They took the mirrors off because I guess they was easy. Might have, well, I don't know. Might have taped the windows up partially. And then I was missing one piece of trim right here. It's just a piece of metal. Sliding back glass. The truck really is solid. I mean, it's solid. Something I noticed when I was unloading it, this wheel right here, I don't know if it's a brake leak or what, but there was some fluid leaking. So I'll have to jack it up, pull that wheel off, and pull that hub. Looks like the lug nuts ain't even hardly tightened down on there. Got one little dent here, no big deal. It is metal and it hangs down far enough you can get it straightened. But right here's another thing I've noticed. Just leaking. You can see where it's leaked over time, but no big deal there either. Pull those bolts, that slides out, put a new seal in, slide it back together, but I'll pull that wheel off and check and see if that's for sure what it is, because it could be a brake cylinder. Something else that's got to be done is right now, this is the fuel tank. This is what it's running off of. He put a new fuel pump on it, and it's got just the rubber line to here. He had bought a bunch of AN fuel line to go from the tank up to here. I'm not going to use that AN fuel line. I've got another plan for that, probably on the Trans Am, might be on the vet card or something. If you want to know about those, go check out one of our other videos. Looks like we got enough vacuum line to go around the truck 6 times. I just went and bought some more rubber hose. I'm gonna just run rubber hose from the metal line up to the pump. Something else he'd done is he'd bought this, looks like to me, eBay or Amazon carburetor. He said he don't think there's anything wrong with the carter that was on it. And then it doesn't run real good. It's real rich. I might try to adjust on it. One thing is there was a bunch of vacuum lines loose. There's another over here. And then this right here is sucking air too. So, I mean, it did have some vacuum leaks. I'll try to get those stopped up before I go through putting the old carburetor back on, because you can't ever tell. He did put a new brake master cylinder on it. I can attest that it does not have front brakes, so I don't know what's going on there. I'll pull that off, see if there's fluid in it. Like right here, we got, I bet that went right there. He did want me to say that he did not paint the truck. He bought it this way. There's my fuel line. I went and bought 8 foot yesterday. I've got boxes on boxes on boxes of parts and stuff. So here's the AN fuel line he had bought for this thing. So, yep, 6 AN, 20 foot of length, Evil Energy. Got all the fittings and whatnot. So yeah, this ain't gonna be for this project. We're going back old school. There's the old headlight of some sort. I don't think no, it ain't for this tail light. I guess that's just a bonus. He said it's got a new clutch. I hope he wasn't meaning it was laying in here on the floor. No, I think he put one in it, because there's pressure plate. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what else we got. O'Reilly brake part cleaner. Oh, we got a PB blaster. Looks like I feel like some in there. Brand new water pump. Now come on, you don't Ford Motorcraft in a daggone Jeep. I mean, come on now. Oh look. Yeah, I'd say that right there is when I've got leaks on the wheels, so we'll get them put on at some point. Or maybe not, I don't know. New spark plug wires. I'll definitely put them on. And truthfully, I'll probably put these spark plugs in just because that could be some of the reason it's running so rough. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire it up. Let's see. The old pumping around. Pretty cool if that worked. I don't know, it's still running like trash. It's real rich, real rich. There's another. You got this over here. I was thinking there's another, and I see now there was one. This is dripping a little fuel. Oh yeah, because it ain't even tight. So I don't know. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna pull this other carburetor out of the box and see what it looks like. And if it looks good, I'm probably gonna put it back on just to see how it does. So I just pulled the old carburetor out, and this was laying in there. And I was like, I know what that is. That gets rid of the vacuum choke. Oh, them dang honkers. Wish they'd shut up. Go back to Canada. I can put this in and make it a manual choke. Gets rid of one of my vacuum leaks. So I don't know. Let's look at this carburetor, see what it looks like. But I might go that route because that ain't that big a job. All right, got this one looking at it, and somebody has took the faceplate off the choke, and they've crimped the lines for that, trying to, I guess, get rid of it. I don't know. I don't feel like this is the original one too, because the original choke for this should have been a mechanical, not vacuum. So I don't know what the deal is there. So I guess we'll try to get the, I don't even know what brand this thing is. Oh, 18. I pity the fool. I pity the fool that bought my junk carburetor. So I'm gonna see if I can't get that thing going. Somebody's been in it. It's got fresh seals, but that don't always mean they done it right, because I've been inside the carburetors and yeah, they didn't run. So I don't know. We'll see. He also comes with a come with a new distributor. I am not gonna do that unless I just have to. So let's get our fuel issue figured out. Let's do a quick tune up on it. We'll put 6 spark plugs because it's easy on these inline 6. We'll put the plug wires in the fuel line, and let's see if we can't make this thing run a lot smoother, because it's not running great right now. So get it going and get rid of this contraption here so it ain't trying to burn me down. I was looking at the vacuum line that goes from the carburetor down to the distributor. Reckon he's got it long enough. I'm gonna shorten that up a little bit. I don't think I need 12 foot of vacuum line. I've got under the truck, and like I said, he's put it's got a brand new plastic tank, which should have been metal new, but I don't mind plastic. Looks like it needs to be tightened up a little bit, so I think it's just barely hung in there. You just take that lift right there and drop down. They pulled the old fuel line out. It went up along the rail all the way to the front, crossed, and then it went back, and then you hook the soft line into it. But whenever they put that floor in, I didn't crawl under it when I bought it. I just bought it. They put the sheet metal goes all the way back to here, and I thought the whole floor was out, but it's not. It's just got a couple small holes right in the front. That wouldn't take no time to fix. And I don't even see any holes on that side. Of course, there's a plate there. Yeah, it's the same thing. I see it right in there. Small little hole. They put a whole piece of sheet metal in. You know, you got this little hole here, and that floor that's right there at your heels. Be nothing to fixing that. This is just flaking. Oh, right in the eyeballs. That felt great. Now you've got 700 self-tapping screw holes, but there ain't nothing to those. So the floor on this thing is way better than I thought it was. This is turning out to be a pretty nice truck. So I'm fixing to run to the parts store. I'm gonna get me some hard line. And here's a little tip for you. You can actually just get brake line, the roll of brake line from the parts store. And it's the same stuff. I don't care what people say, it's the same stuff. It might even be a little better. I mean, you got that hydraulic fluid, that stuff's rough. You know, .4 or .3 will eat the paint off your vehicle. So if it can handle that, I know it can handle some fuel. So I'll go get me a roll of that. I'll run it back up how it's supposed to, around and over and in. Right here, I'll bring this over the rail. See, he already put one of the fittings, AN fittings on it. So like I said, I got plans for that AN stuff. I'm a little overkill on this. I don't think you need fuel injection, high pressure fuel hose for a carbureted 1973 Jeep. So score on that. But yeah, I'm gonna go get me some fuel line. I need a couple fittings. I need the fitting into here. I'm not sure what it'll be. I'll probably have to buy 4 or 5 sizes so I can run the vacuum here to here. I might decide just to leave the vacuum on it. It's there, whatever, it'll be fine. I need to get some brake fluid. Get brake fluid. I'm sure it's got to be bled. The brakes will be bled, but I got a trick to that. So yeah, not bad. I'll have this thing up and going here shortly. We'll give it a run around the farm and see how it does. I was digging through the stuff and found a brand new cap too, so I might go ahead and get a rotor. I don't know. You got a brand new distributor here, brand new cap. I got 6 spark plug wires. I mean, this thing come ready to be tuned up. What's this? Thermostats, brake parts. So yeah, this is gonna be. I probably will not put the water pump on it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the one that's on it. I think he's just doing it as a safety precaution. Got the old school mirrors that goes on it, which I'm not a huge fan of those giant mirrors, but it's done got the holes where somebody's self-tapped it to it. So I believe this thing should have had some small little pretty mirrors. Yeah, you can see right here where they would have mounted right there and there. It'd have had little pretty little mirrors that stuck up here instead of them biggins, but whatever. It's got the holes. I'm gonna put it on there. Did you hear that door close? 1973. Pulled the cap off. The rotor's brand new. Condenser looks new. Everything looks new in there, so I'm not gonna mess with that. I'll just put that new cap on there. New wires, new spark plugs. I might think about an oil change. It probably needs it, considering that old filter's rusting a little bit. I don't know. Let's just get it running and see how it does, and then we'll go from there. Let's not get too in depth. You know how that can be. It can snowball. Right now, I'm not spending any money because I got most of everything except for just a couple small things. So I'm gonna run up here to the parts store and get some fluid and some odds and ends, and be back and see if we can't get this thing to move on its own power. So got the fitting, went up to the Napa and got that, put that in there, run the line around, so that should take care of the vacuum. Capped this off. I found this line was off and this line was off. Next thing I'm gonna do is run the hard line from the tank up to here. It goes around, comes around underneath, and then it comes back down, and then it hooks in right there. So it comes up right in here. The rubber line goes down to there, just comes over and then down. And that should have that all fixed up. So let me get that run, get it plumbed in. Then we'll do a quick tune up on it and call her good. So I'm gonna do, when I do the fuel line, I'm gonna flare this end. That way it's got something, it's not just a hose, at least there's something there. And then I'll put the clamp behind the flare, and then that way it'll kind of hold it on there better. So we'll put that in, and then I'll start running it up through there and get her going. Something to think about too though, now if you use brake line, make sure it's big enough diameter, but don't get the copper, the kind that's copper coated or whatever. Get steel, because this, all the alcohol and ethanol and all the stuff that's in the fuel now breaks that copper down. Make sure it's just 100% pure steel line you get. All right, I got a hard line run from the back all the way to the front, and let me tell you something. Right in here, that was a pain in the butt. I had that whole roll of line. I had to monkey it all right through there and unwind it and then feed it through, and it was just not fun. But fuel line's run, hooked up. So I'm gonna do the spark plugs and wires, and I'll go get some fuel. And let's see if we can get this thing dialed in. Getting close. Yeah, that sucker right there is rich. I mean, that thing is soaking wet. All right, I got all 6 spark plugs in, all new spark plug wires, distributor cap. The old distributor cap, I believe it was brand new. I don't think it's hurt at all. I'll just put it back in the truck. But I had that one that come with the truck, didn't cost me nothing, so why not? So I got that put in, new wires. The spark plugs are all really black. A couple of them is really black and wet. You know, I got like this one right here, it's rusted up, so I don't know. It's got new ones in it now, so we'll see if that makes a difference. I'm fixing to put 5 gallons of gas in it. I just went and bought some, or 6 really. See if I can get this thing to prime up and run. Now we got most of the vacuum leaks fixed and everything, so fingers crossed this thing runs good. All right, we got it fueled up. New spark plug wires, new cap. Got the fuel line all done, everything. So I'm gonna hit it and see. It's probably gonna start for just a minute, but it'll have to get fuel from the tank all the way up. At least that's what we're hoping will happen. So we'll see how that goes. So I think I got everything ready. So let's hit the switch and find out. Well, that's what I figured had happened. It started to try to pick up, but I think that was just some residual left in the line. So let me get some fuel put in a bottle and see if I can't get it to prime, and we'll go from there. Something's going on. It should have done prime by now. Oh. Yep. I just figured out why I wasn't getting no fuel up front. So the guy that originally put the tank in, I guess, I don't know, he put the AN fitting for the fuel line on the vent for the tank. Now that I got the fuel line switched around and drenched in fuel, I got fuel up to the carburetor, so she should be in good shape now. Of course, I just started. Let's see if it'll start again. I'm just gonna hit the she still ain't running 100%, but it's definitely better than it was. like trash. That carburetor is garbage. It might be timing issue too. I just wonder if it didn't mess with the distributor, all that stuff, and he bought a new distributor. I'm gonna lean towards carburetor the way it, because if you ease on it, it does all right. But when you feed it, give it all the throttle. Back around here by the farm. See how it does. Definitely not happy, but you know. Check a four-wheel drive on it though. That should be 4 high, neutral, 4 low. Yeah, it's definitely 4 low. Got off of the soft stuff there for a second. The fun part about this Jeep is when you go to stop, you got to get about 5 before she does anything. There she is. But hey, she stops. That's all that matters. If I can get that carburetor straightened out, she'd be a good running rig, but boy, she's running real rich, not too awful hot. I just wonder if it ain't out of time. Whoever painted this truck back to blue, I think they was trying to paint its original color. It was blue. And I made a discovery while I was out cruising around in it. This is a special edition Jeep. Check this out. I was looking. I was like, that looks like blue jeans. I looked at it and I was like, that's definitely blue jeans and stitching. And then I looked right here. That's Levi. This thing's got Levi door panels in it. This was there it is. Somebody's painted it black. I don't know why they'd have done that. But this thing is a Levi's edition. 1973 Jeep J2000 Levi's edition. So I'm gonna do a little research on it, but that's pretty daggone cool right there. But I've got it running, moving, and driving. It needs some love. That carburetor is it's gotta go. It never overheated. Temperature's all good. Everything, battery's charging. I mean, it's got a lot of potential. So I don't know. We'll see. What do y'all think about it? So thanks for tuning in to Phillips Run Drip Bubble Company. Tune in next time to see what we got going, because there's always something. Appreciate y'all.